The silent passenger. Lisa took the same bus home from work every day. On late-night rides, there were only a handful of passengers. The driver had grown familiar with her and often greeted her with a casual, "Long day, huh?" One night, as usual, Lisa boarded the bus and took a seat toward the back. Up front, there was an elderly couple, and near the door, a man in a suit sat quietly. The bus was eerily silent. The dim glow of streetlights filtered through the windows, casting flickering shadows. The worn leather seats smelled slightly musty, and condensation formed a thin, hazy film on the glass. As the bus pulled away, Lisa absently scrolled through her phone, occasionally glancing outside at the darkened streets. The rain was falling steadily, droplets tracing patterns on the window, neon lights bleeding into the wet pavement. After a few stops, she noticed something strange. The silence in the bus felt heavier than usual. The elderly couple and the suited man remained still, their eyes fixed ahead. The driver's radio was off, and only the low hum of the engine filled the air. At the next stop, the elderly couple got off. The doors shut, and the bus rolled on. Lisa, feeling the weight of the silence, glanced toward the man in the suit. He was looking at her. Startled, she quickly averted her gaze. Maybe it was just a trick of the dim light. She hesitated, then cautiously glanced back. He hadn't moved. He just sat there, staring at her, his face shrouded in shadows. His posture was stiff, unnatural, as if he had been watching her all along. A chill ran down her spine. Trying to stay calm, she shifted her focus to the bus's overhead mirror. It should have reflected the suited man's seat. Slowly, she looked up. There was no one there. Her heartbeat pounded in her ears. That was impossible. She had just seen him. Suppressing the rising panic, she pressed the stop button. As soon as the bus halted, she rushed out, feeling the cold air hit her face. The doors closed behind her with a mechanical hiss, but she didn't look back. The next evening, at the bus stop, Lisa hesitated before boarding. When she finally did, the driver greeted her as usual, but curiosity gnawed at her. "Hey, last night, that man in the suit. Where did he get off?" she asked. The driver looked at her puzzled. "There was no one else on the bus. You were the only passenger." Lisa felt the color drained from her face. "But I saw him. He was watching me." The driver's expression darkened slightly. He let out a slow sigh. "That back seat you were sitting near. A few years ago, a man boarded the bus and never got off." "What do you mean?" "He was found at the end of the route, still in his seat. No one noticed until then. Cold as stone. The police checked, but they couldn't figure out who he was. Since then, people who sit near that seat sometimes say they feel someone watching them.